Good morning. If you're watching this, I'll be brief. This is the home office. Iron. I can take you over. Oh wait. Oh, wife's desk. A little fan for her. Wife's desk. Picture of Paris, etc. Behind me is a can. If you're so interested, I could take you. I could take you into the sweater vest collection. I'm only doing this for this class. So, anyways, moving on. We're gonna look at the Supreme Court and your presentations that are due on Monday when I return. So that you're using two sources: the New York Times upfront article, and this is a test grade on the test side of the ledger, and you're also using the you're using this, and then Killing's using this, but you're using this, and then Oye. Now Oye, and again, if you search up Tinker versus Des Moines, if you search up the articles on Google, Oye will be the first hit. You want me to prove this to you? I'll prove it to you. So if I Google and if I do Fisher versus UT, for example, as the case, Oye first hit. Oye is going to be your stop after the summary of these articles right here. The rubric is your base guide. What everything you need is in the rubric. Name of the case, the year, the facts, the background, what's the ruling, impact, did it set any precedent? Again, precedent is the idea that the case law is what will be followed for subsequent cases. So, like, Brown versus Board of Education, to use the trite example, separate but equal. Miranda rights, Miranda versus Arizona. That's precedent, right? The fact that we have a right to an attorney in criminal cases, even for the states, that's precedent. Gideon versus Wainwright. Okay, that the Supreme Court has set that precedent. Was there a dissenting opinion? So you can. I showed you this. Here. Like I said, the justices that are shaded out of the dissents, and it describes them. The constitutional issues. Oye will have things about what constitutional issues were involved. Was it first, fourth, eighth, due process, fifth and 14th? Remember, due process. Right to an attorney, right to not incriminating against yourself, etc. Should be, it could be sixth, the due process as well. So due process sixth, and equal protection of the laws of equal protection. In other words, equal protection of the laws under the 14th Amendment um, would be would be uh, would be there as well. I don't think there's too much sixth, actually. I think it's mostly fifth and 14th. The presentation is, the fonts are large enough. There's images, good clear voice, posture. We put some time into looking at the slides and or the Canva. That is what you're going to be working on the next 2 days. If you finish that, move over to slide. If for you, it's slide 8. We're going to examine the idea of affirmative action in college admissions. Again, affirmative action is the idea that college admissions minorities have been discriminated against. We make up for that to have a diverse college culture. Starts out the Supreme Court in the 70s saying, yeah, hey, we can have quotas. You can have 10% African American, 5% Asians, 5% Japanese, whatever. And then slowly over time, with Grutter versus Bolger, Texas versus U of T, the standards are much more strict. It's a plus factor. It can't discriminate. It can't have reverse discrimination. So what you're going to do is watch this Ed puzzle about why the Supreme Court endorsed then limited affirmative action, and looking at the Grutter versus Bollinger case, and the inclusion of Asian Americans present a new or different challenge to affirmative action, arguments opposing affirmative action, supporting affirmative action, and again, I made a separate post here, 10-2 affirmative action that puzzle. But again, this is if you get done with your Supreme Court case. Your Supreme Court case is definitely first. And some of you asked me to just assign you one, some of you picked, so that everybody has one now. That they can find there. It's tucked into the assignment. Again, focus on on your presentation, especially, and then the slide 8 if there's time. You can ask me questions. I don't know how much I'll be able to answer them. It's fairly limited. You had your chance Wednesday. I'll be able to do the best I can Thursday night or Friday. We'll see where we're at. Don't get distracted by each other, sub, whatever. Focus on what I'm telling you. If he doesn't play it in class, look at this. Look at what I've been telling you to do. Okay. All right. I will see you Monday. Thank you. Oh, wait. I don't know if this will reach. Wait. Hang on. I don't think it'll reach. In there is the layer for the vests. The layer for the vests. So I was just showing you the layer for the vests. Okay, and with this class, when I jiggle things around, and half of you probably won't pay attention to it anyways. All right, bye bye.